the evil is riba, and Allah has declared war upon it. The good of the kuffar they know is haram. They just cannot get out of it. But this year we're going to hit them hard because it's going to come Kelantan. We start with Kedah this month. And Terengganu. And Selangor. Don't you want to have some treasures? Don't you want some treasures? This man came with a treasure. He said, I've got Cirebon. I got the Sultan of Cirebon to do the coin. In the bat, he said, is very small. I said, very small is good. Full of meaning. And the first, because I was wondering who's going to be the first. So the Sultan of Sulu is now competing with the Sultan of Cirebon to be the first. And we will put them together by this coin. They are profit for those who want to benefit. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Penang. Because for that month that you were out there in that stand, Allah flooded you with gifts that you don't even know you have. Speak. Because this is the circle that gives you the authority. In the name of Allah. No nonsense about inflation and this and that. We do it because we love Allah. We do it because we fear Allah. We do it because we have no choice. Because anytime, this building is going to fall. This building of lies, which is riba and capitalism, is falling. Look around. There is among the people here in this room, people with courage. Take from them. So don't go around saying, I know. Continue saying, I don't know. And take from the courage of the people, the brothers in this circle, many of whom, they will, if you could see it, they will make shame of you. They say, when you go to the Sultan, watch your eyes. When you go to the scholar, watch your tongue. When you come to the Sheikh, watch your heart. So benefit. In the company there is benefit. They say this affair is about company. Keep the good company. Learn from each other. Help each other. Abdurrahman has come from Indonesia. If I were you, I will hold him to his arm and I will not separate myself from him. Because coming close to him, maybe you can get some of what he's got. And lost in the background, you have Nelson, who have stood almost single-handedly. He is one of the 5 who have made the Sultanate possible. And we would look at the Sultan, but I look at him and I say, he's the one who made the Sultan. This is a brave man. Take benefit of his company. And if you could, I will be going with him. Do what he does. That's education. And that's how we learn. Doing. Copying. Leaving things behind that they are not worth it. And moving forward. Because there is a treasure. There is a treasure on all this. It's to come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the real gift. That you may come closer to Him. That you can have a prayer that is worth, that is true, that is sincere. That is the goal. And we're in the right place. Just don't be content. Don't be content of what you do. If you imagine everything you do multiplied by 2, it's not enough. It's not enough. Eat less, sleep less, so that you don't become drowned. Leave things behind, that they are not important. Don't waste time, for time is little and short. Reflect upon it. Ask guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for He surely will find you the way, will show you the way. Keep the company of the people who remind you about these matters, and avoid the company of the people who make you feel content, who reassure you in this madness, who want to hook you into where you are. Keep the company of people of change, because this affair is changing. And the dua of our people is Allah, keep changing us. Change my state. Because in the changing there's growth and trouble and visit and keep the company. All of us will have to be visit Allah and help what they're doing there. It's a duty, it's an obligation. But not like tourists. You don't go there to say, let me find out. You go there with a gift. Like when you go to see a Sufi, you go with a gift. And you lower your gaze, so that you can learn. The things to be done in men's, everything. That's why it's good news. But we want to build the trade, and this is the land of pearls. So what we want is to get this treasure out. And double its price, its market price, and market it all to the Muslim people by its meaning, not by its shape and form, which is indeed beautiful. But when our Muslim women wear a pearl, let them wear the pearl of a Sulu, of Dar al-Islam. They are participating. And they will only be able to pay in gold and silver anyway. So they will learn in the process. Help us to develop all this. To create a brand name around made in Dar al-Islam. Not made in Philippines. Made in Dar al-Islam. So that everything they do has meaning and value. Unlike everything else we find anywhere here. We give back value, meaning to everything, the simplest thing. The fees these people quote is better than the one you buy in the shop here. And there will be no doubt how you buy it, because here will be gold and silver. And in Sulu will be the first land in Nusantara that we clear from paper money. No pesos will be there. We want to clean the island. And you have to come with a broom to help us to clean it. And once we have that island clean, then we go to the next, and to the next, and to the next, and to the next. And when you go 5 or 6 islands, you reach Borneo. And then we clean Borneo. And on the other side, we clean Mindanao, until we end up in Luzon. And here until we end up in Bangkok. And further on. Is that enough task for you? So can you just return idle to your home saying, I don't know what to do? Can you ever in your life say, I don't know what to do? Can you ever sit down still saying, I don't know what to do? The person who asks, I don't know what to do. The person who says, I don't what to do. I'm not clear. The person who asked the question what to do is already lost. This is a affair where the path is clear. And your sincerity makes it even clearer. Participate, however small. You sell one chicken for 1 dirham, you think that doesn't have meaning? Only the fools don't see that. Only the idiots who have lost so much touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't see anything anymore. But those who are close with Allah, those whose heart is remembering Him constantly, when they see something like that, they recognize immediately and they understand the importance of it. And when you see what is happening with these people, our people, then you recognize immediately. Be worried. Worry yourself enormously that you may pass through these historical moments and you may not see it. Worry. Because that's a big sickness. It means you are really totally wasted. Soften your heart so that when you see what these people are doing, the meaning, the high meaning of what it is to restore Dar al-Islam, and the courage involved in doing so, when you see that, you may recognize it. And you may be able to say you recognize it because you have your desire to help. And you don't think of anything else except helping. And how can I help? And that's why you will be, when I finish talking, you will be going all around Nelson, jumping on top of him. Don't let him speak. Demanding from him everything. Taking his number, his name, his soul, his everything. Because it's one of the free people. And you don't even dream to imagine that you will be in the giving in this. They have a lot more to give you than you could ever possibly dream of giving to them. And if you don't do anything, I fear for you. This is the circle of dhikr. So you don't come here to have a good time. I'm telling you what it is. But from among us will come those that will shine. And it's to them that all these things, all these affairs for this few that they break through. And they want Him, only Him. And these are the people, these are the jewels, these are the princes, these are the sultans, these are the great people of Allah. And it's for them that all this thing is worth it. And their company is worth more than anything this world has put together times a million. Being close to them is worth more than anything. And these people will emerge from this circle. Everybody will benefit, but some will go slow and some will go fast. And the dusk is wonderful, and the dusk is beautiful, and we want all of it. I do. So service. Helping and helping. Forget your miseries. For if the more you try to solve your miseries, the deeper they become, and the more disgusting they become. Abandon your miseries and look for solving the miseries of others, so that yours will be taken care, but the only one who can take care. Serving. Isn't that all it is? Isn't that what Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did? Serving. And the biggest of all, the Sultan, he's undertaking something much, much bigger than any one of us could. Just take some of the load off. And finally, the secret of all this is the rewards that lay hidden in this time are greater than any other time, with the only exception of the great days. They are gifts, the immensity of which, if you knew, you will hallucinate. For once, be greedy and get them. This is the time. Get them. There are immense benefits. The difficulty is big, and your condition is what it is, made by this time. But break through, because what you will get is immense. Immense with him. As Rasul said, the time will come of the ghurafa, of the strangers. And he said, there are like 40 men. And one of the Sahaba said, you mean 40 men of their time? Meaning worthless. 40 men worthless then. He said, no, 40 men of you. Meaning the Sahaba. Fight against riba, even though riba has taken over. Fight even though you see that you have no means. Only to discover that you have them all. If you find you have little means, get rid of what remains, because that's what's killing you. For only when you recognize you have nothing, you can have it all. If you find yourself oppressed by what other people say about you, if what you say, they ridicule what you say, and you say we have to fight riba and the people don't understand you, then abase yourself further. Beat yourself, the one who belittles yourself, even further, so there is nothing to be belittled. So when the insults are received, they go nowhere. And strive. Strive even when you think what you're doing is little. Because if you do it with sincerity, it's big in meaning. And it's in the meaning that this battle will be won. When the light comes, the darkness disappears. And when the light comes, the darkness disappears. It doesn't matter its size. And the light, it doesn't matter its size. It's the luminosity that counts. So this is the times that you're living in. And all this knowledge and what is required to fulfill this duty comes from La ilaha illallah. It doesn't come from anywhere else. So when you find yourself lost, come back to this. There is no reality but Him. That there is nothing in this world except Him. That only Him matters. That He is the manifestation of everything that you can possibly perceive. But that this world of perception is in itself inexistent. That only Allah is existent. And that should allow you to give you courage when you understand. And then act upon it. And take upon yourself the duties of the heroes, of the great people who fought for a world that it was collapsing in injustice. And they took and they say, I will fight. Be one of those. Be one of those. For those who stay there in the middle of the fire, they will be consumed by it. Complain is not our way. We don't complain. We are not people of complaint. We're people of action. Here and now. We're not waiting on the Mahdi. We're not waiting on a glorious deed. Our duty is here and now. It's clear. The end belongs to Him. And it's His business, not mine. My business is to act with what He's given me right now. And that's the end of charlatans. do all these things and you will advance. And advancing means that when you come back here to the circle, you will get more. You will hear the same, but you will earn more. And then you will advance more. And if you act upon it, then you will come back to the circle and you will hear the same, but you will learn more and you will gain more. And that's how it goes. For the message is simple. And the great of the shuyukh have said, we travel with less and less luggage, meaning their knowledge becomes smaller, but more dense. So they say, all of my knowledge is la ilaha illallah, and some people say, all my knowledge is la ilaha, all my knowledge is la, they say. La. What do you know? La. That's my knowledge. La. La to what? La to all this. La to all this, because when all this thing goes, he remains. And this is the teaching of the tariqah. This has been transmitted from the old days up until us. And we have to take it, and we have to pass it on, and we have to act upon it. الفاتحة. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.